this brief session, we'll be digging into the Teach section of the website, exploring the differentiated teaching and assessment materials available at the click of a mouse. Let's get started. When you first log on to Teach Strategies and Resources, you'll see a dashboard like this one with three main sections: Track, Teach, and Train. Let's zoom in on the Teach section. From the Teach dashboard, you have a number of options for finding resources. The first is Lesson Bank. Lesson Bank offers ready-to-use PDF lessons and videos that provide readiness-differentiated teaching resources on demand. The second is Test Bank. Test Bank is just that, a ready-to-go bank of PDF assessments. Finally, this dashboard shows you newly added resources that are well-liked across all users, and resources that are particularly relevant based on the time of year. It's not specific to you or your school, but it is a really helpful way to stay up to date on popular content. You can click into lessons or tests directly from the dashboard. Now, what happens if you click on Lesson Bank? When you click Lesson Bank, you come to this dashboard, designed to help you easily find exactly the content you need by grade, standard, keyword, and other filter options. Let's examine the Standards filter function first. The filter functionality in Teach starts from the top, where you can filter lessons by grade range. All Lesson Bank users have access to lessons for every grade, not just the ones you teach. So when you search, you can cover the entire range of ability contained in your class. This is hugely helpful for differentiation because it gives you access to remedial or advanced materials at just the right level. Once you've selected your grade range, you can move down the filter and begin to select by standard. Every lesson resource in Lesson Bank is standards aligned to your state version of the Common Core state standards and to local state standards. Continuing to move down the filter menu, you can drill down to very specific lesson content by selecting subject, then strand or domain, and finally, the single expectation you wish to teach. Conversely, you can also stop narrowing your selection at any time if you'd prefer more choices. As we continue down the filter menu, a few more options for finding the right resource are available. Sometimes it's easier to just search for summarization than to find the summarization standard, especially if you're still learning the ropes on a new set of standards, such as the Common Core. For this reason, there is a keyword search function in your filter box. Skill type allows you to filter your search by whether the lesson teaches a strategy or a skill. Summarization would be an example of a skill, while underlining keywords would be an example of a strategy. Both types of lessons are available in Lesson Bank. Show Flagged Only is a filter that brings up only the lessons that you have flagged for your future use. Show Viewed allows you to look only at lessons that you've already seen. We've looked at the filter function you see on the left. As you filter, the menu of possible resources on the right is narrowed to focus your attention only on maximally helpful lessons. Let's take a look at this menu. What you see here is a list of lesson resource material with pertinent information about each one. Let's break this down. Each lesson resource is named according to the concept it teaches. This lesson teaches Author's Viewpoint, for example, and is a PDF download. The lesson above it also teaches Author's Viewpoint, but it's a movie file. Moving to the right, you can see that this is a grade 9 lesson for students who are slightly above grade level in this skill. For all skills, you can find a PDF lesson designed for students below, at, and above grade level. Moving to the right again, you can see that this is a skills lesson rather than a strategy lesson. The next two columns give you a sense of what your colleagues thought of the lesson. The first one, Views, shows how many other people have viewed the lesson overall, and the next column, Liked, shows the percentage of those views who liked the lesson. This can be massively helpful since you can easily find the most popular lessons among your colleagues. You can also rate the lessons yourself and flag them for future use. Finally, you can also utilize the Detail feature in order to see a snapshot of the lesson without actually having to download it. This is an example of one of the ready-to-use and standards-aligned PDF lessons available in Lesson Bank. The lessons are comprehensive, including key vocabulary, teacher's directions, extension activities, and student worksheets. Simply click, download, and print. Remember that they also offer 3 different levels of instruction, making it easy to differentiate based on student needs. In addition to the PDF lessons, Lesson Bank also offers videos that you can show in the classroom. These engaging segments are a great way to introduce students to a new skill or strategy, or to reinforce learning on a topic that you've already taught. And that's Lesson Bank. It's a robust, easy-to-use database of resources for differentiated instruction. Now, let's dig into Test Bank. In many ways, Test Bank and Lesson Bank offer you the same convenience, but with different content. As with Lesson Bank, you can navigate Test Bank by filtering according to grade, standards, or keyword search. Instead of lesson resources, though, Test Bank provides a comprehensive array of assessment resources that can be used as diagnostic pretests, ongoing formative assessments, or summative assessments for unit tests. The tests provided are in PDF format, easy to print or download. Please keep in mind, though, that this system doesn't grade your tests or record your data. Now, let's take a closer look at what Test Bank has to offer. As you can see, the standards and keyword grade search options are essentially the same as with Lesson Bank. You can filter Test Bank according to grade range, Common Core State Standards, by keyword search, and by the type of assessment, whether short quiz or full-length test. As with Lesson Bank, Test Bank resources are named according to the topic or standard they assess. The test you see here assesses measurement and, like all Test Bank resources, is a PDF download. Moving to the right, you can next see that this is a grade 9 assessment. Some assessments are grade level specific, like this one, while others test a range of skills, such as 7th through 9th grade. Moving to the right again, you can see whether this is a test or a quiz. As with Lesson Bank, the next 2 columns give you a sense of what your colleagues thought of the assessment. The first column, Views, shows you how many people have viewed the test or quiz overall, and the next column, Like, shows the percentage of those views who liked the assessment. This can be helpful since it will help you to find the most popular assessments. You can also rate the tests themselves and flag them for future use, or utilize the Detail feature in order to see a snapshot of the assessment before you actually download it. In short, the Teach section of your Teach Strategies and Resources tool offers you a number of easily searchable choices to help you better understand and develop your students' knowledge and skill levels. Please do take a look at our more in-depth, on-demand module for the Train section of the website. Thanks for listening.